Hello friends, Neeraj here. In this video lecture, we discuss part 2 of the calculations in the biological sciences, and particularly in this video lecture, we discuss restriction digestion based questions. Here in this lecture, we try to cover restriction enzyme activities, then frequencies of the restriction enzyme cut site, calculating the amount of the fragmented ends, then amount of the ends generated by the multiple cuts. We, along with the theory, here discuss some of the numerical questions also. So first of all, we have a look to the restriction enzyme. So restriction enzymes are called restriction endonucleases also. They are produced by the bacteria for their defense purposes, and it recognizes palindromic sites, and these palindromic sites are very specific sites, and after the cut they make a cut to the foreign DNA, and after the cut they produces cohesive end, sticky end, blunt ends, and other different kind of ends. So here we stick to the cohesive end. So here there is an example. This is the recognition site of the restriction enzyme, which is HIND3, and HIND3, it cleaves this recognition site at this location, and finally they produce two protruding end, this protruding end and this protruding end. This is 5' protruding end, and this is also called sticky end, cohesive end, and many other names are there. So this recognition site, what we discussed for the HIND3, it is 6 nucleotide long, but it may vary depending upon the restriction enzyme to restriction enzyme. It may vary from the 4 to 13 base pair. To have the more knowledge on the restriction enzymes, on my channel there is a separate lecture for the restriction enzyme. You can refer to that lecture. Now here we first of all try to understand what is the restriction enzyme activity. So many a times during the research on the vial of the restriction enzyme, it is written that the activity of this enzyme is that much. So what this activity is actually? So this activity we can measure in unit, right? And this 1 unit of the restriction enzyme or restriction endonuclease activity is defined as the amount of enzymes required to produce a complete digestion of 1 microgram of a substrate DNA into total volume of 50 microliter in 1 hour or 60 minutes at 37 degrees centigrade. Okay, means 1 unit is nothing but it will, or 1 unit activity of the restriction enzyme is nothing but it is the capacity to digest 1 microgram of DNA in 60 minutes at 37 degree centigrade, and we take 50 microliter reaction mixture. All right, okay, so if you understood, then you try to solve this question. A stock of human genomic DNA has a concentration of 275 microgram per ml, right? This is the stock of the genomic DNA. You wish to cut 5 microgram of this DNA with 10 units of the restriction endonucleases, right? So 10 units of restriction endonucleases are required for that. So the HIND3 enzyme has the concentration of 2500 units per ml. So what volume of the DNA and enzyme should be used? So this is a very simple question if you understood the enzyme activity. So see, the question is that 275 microgram, it is there in 1000 microliter, right? So 1 microgram we can calculate. So 1 microgram is there in 1000 divided by 275 microliter, right? So 5 microgram is there in, we can say, 5000 divided by 275 microliter. That means it is, if you divide, it will become 18.2 microliter, right? So in 18.2 microliter, our 5 microgram DNA would be there. Okay, now the another part of question is that, so this is 18.2 microliter. Another part of question is that what is the amount of HindIII, right? Another part is what is the amount of the restriction enzyme. So the information given is 2500 units of the restriction enzyme is there in 1000 microliter, right? It is given in the question. So again you can calculate 1 unit is there in 1000 divided by the 2500 microliter. So 10 units will be there in 10 into 1000 divided by 2500. So if you divide this, it will become 4 microliter. So see here, 4 microliter of HindIII contains 10 units. Okay, 10 units of the restriction enzyme. Okay, so answer is 18.2 microliter of the DNA, and it will be digested by the 4 microliter of the restriction enzyme. So 4 microliter, it contains 10 unit of the restriction endonuclease. Now the another question they are asking in the exam, what is the frequency of the restriction enzyme cut site? So restriction enzyme cut site frequency is nothing but it is the occurrence of the another restriction site of the same enzyme after the first one. So it can be represented by a formula that can be written as 1 by number of variables of nucleotides. So it is 4 ATCG, right? Total number of variables in nucleotide is 4 and it raised to the power n. So here n is nothing but the number of base pairs in the recognition sequence of a particular RE, right? And this n is constant. N is constant. It is 4 actually. It is always 4. I mean this. I'm sorry. This denominator is 4 always because 4 different kind of nucleotides are present. ATGC. Okay. So by having one question, we can understand this frequency well. So this is question. Restriction endonuclease HindIII recognizes the sequence AAGCTT. If the genomic DNA of random sequence is cleaved with HindIII, what will be the average size of the fragment produced? Okay. So see, here first of all we should have knowledge what is HindIII or which kind of HindIII enzyme is. So HindIII is a hexacutter RE, right? It recognizes 6 nucleotide long stretch and cleaves, right? So n is equals to 6 here, so we can write n is equals to 6. So putting this into this formula, 1 by 4 raised to the power 6. So if you multiply 1 by 4 6 times, 5 and then this is 6, so it will be 1/4096, right? What does it mean actually? It means the one cut by this enzyme is made after 4096 base pairs. That means after 4 kb, approximately after 4 kb, this enzyme will cut one restriction site in the entire genome, right? That means we will get the fragment of approximately 4 kb, right? By, you know, theoretically we'll get the fragment length of 4 kb, but it is not the absolute value actually. It is just the estimated reflection. It is the estimated value, right? Fragments of the different sizes can be obtained actually practically. So if we take the example of lambda phage, so lambda phage DNA or genome is consist of 4, 8, 502 base pair, right? And if you cut this genome by Hind3, right, if you cut this genome by Hind3 restriction enzyme, so ideally, or theoretically, you will get a DNA of fragment 4 kb in length, but here practically you will get a DNA having length of 125 base pair to 23,000 base pair. I mean, it ranges from 125 base pair to 23,000 base pair. So this value is the approximate value, right? Very ideal value, right? So this is the frequency of the restriction enzyme cut. Next is, after the restriction digestion, many a times, or in many experiment like ligation and other reactions, we should know what is the amount of fragment end, right? So how much of fragment end is made after the restriction digestion? So this fragment end can be calculated for a given linear DNA and circular DNA, right? So first of all, we calculate this for the linear DNA of certain length, linear DNA of certain length. So the amount can be represented in the mole, right? We understood the mole in the first lecture. So here the moles of the DNA ends can be represented by weight in gram, I mean weight in gram of that DNA, whatever you are taking, right, by the molecular weight. This is simply the formula for the calculation of mole, right? Molecular weight of the DNA, right? But when you are taking linear DNA, if you are taking linear DNA, they are having two ends already. They are having linear DNA, they are having two ends already. So we multiply here with the 2, right? 2 means the linear DNA, they are having two already, they are having two ends, right? So this figure, I mean, because we are calculating the moles of the DNA ends, right? That's why we are multiplying this with the 2, right? So this can be represented like this also, 2 into grams of DNA, right? If it is given in grams, right? Grams of DNA divided by the number of base pairs into 660 mole, gram per mole, isn't it? Gram per mole, right? You can calculate. So this formula, by using this formula we can calculate. So let us have an example. You have 10 microgram of 3400 base pair fragment. So how many picomole, right? How many picomoles, they are trying to get answer in picomoles of the ends does this represent? So this is very simple. So what we can write, moles of DNA ends will be 2 into weight, and how we can and what is the weight here? Weight is given, we are having 4 microgram of DNA, so 4 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 gram, right, divided by the molecular weight. So molecular weight we can calculate by having the base pairs. So 3400 base pair is given, it is multiplied by 660, right? So this is itna mole, that much of mole, right? 660 is nothing but the Dalton, 660 Dalton is the molecular weight of one base pair. So when you multiply this, you will get 3.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 12 mole, right? That means this is 3.6 picomole, right? So or we can say the 4 microgram of 3600 base pair fragment is equivalent to the 3.6 picomole of DNA ends. All right, understood? Good. Next question they are asking is the amount of ends generated by multiple cut. In the earlier question we have used one cut, only one cut, right? Here multiple cut is there, right? So here again the circular DNA and the linear DNA, two cases are there. We'll take two cases, first and second case, right? So first case we are taking circular DNA, suppose plasmid. So if you are making one cut, see there is no free ends earlier in the circular DNA, but in the linear DNA two ends are already there, two free ends are already there, right? So here no ends are there, keep in the mind. Okay, so here how we can represent, earlier same formula. So here we can represent in the circular DNA moles of ends created is equals to 2 into moles of DNA, okay, into the number of RE sites, number of RE sites. How many of restriction sites are there, right? So by putting the values on this formula, we can get the value of the number of, or the mole of ends created, right? If the multiple cuts are there, if the multiple restriction enzyme sites are there, we at the last we solve one problem, then we get the concrete idea. In the case of linear DNA, here the linear DNA is there. See, this is the formula, but addition of the molecular weight of ends created here is same formula. Here we use 2 into moles of DNA into the number of RE sites, right? RE sites plus, see, you take this into a bracket, suppose here we take this into bracket, in plus, here plus, because we earlier said here two ends are already present. See, two ends are already present in the linear DNA. So here what we do, we sum or we add the moles of the ends already they are having. So already how many ends are there? So 2 into moles of DNA which is initially present. Okay, so why we are using this 2 here, because after every cut we generate two ends, right? So here in the circular DNA we generate two ends, that's why this is 2. Okay, but here what happens, this 2 is the 2 after the restriction digestion, but this 2 it represents the ends already they are having. Okay, so now just we have an example here. So 4200 base pair plasmid, it contains 5 sites for the restriction enzyme, 5 sites. Okay, so of eco R1 or eco R2, if 3 microgram are cut with this restriction enzyme, how many picomole of ends will be produced? So again you just put these informations on the formula. So this is circular DNA, keep in mind, right? So we use the circular DNA formula. So what was that? Moles of ends, directly we put the value. So that was 2 into moles of DNA. Okay, we write the formula first. Moles of DNA, right? Moles of DNA into number of RE sites. Okay, so now 2 into, and how we can calculate the moles of DNA? So weight is given 3 micrograms, so 3 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 gram divided by, you calculate the molecular weight, so 4200 into 660 gram per mole. Okay, into number of restriction sites, so 5, it is 5, somewhere it is given 5 restriction sites are there. Okay, so 5 restriction sites are there. So you multiply this, and after multiplication you get, it is 1.1 into 10 raised to the power minus 11 mole, right? And you can write 11 into 10 raised to the power minus 12 mole, right? That means it can be written as 11 picomole, right? In question it is required to get the answer in picomoles. So the answer is 11 picomole, right? Quickly, we have another example. So 4 micrograms of purified 6000 base pair linear DNA, keep in mind, right? With ALU1, they are cutting with the ALU1, and 12 ALU1 sites are there. So 12 restriction enzyme sites are there. So how many picomoles of the end will be created by digesting the fragment with this? So again, this is very simple, just by adding 2 into the molecular weight of the DNA. So here we can use this formula, number of, or we can say the moles of ends. This will be 2 into, same formula we are using, moles of DNA into restriction enzyme sites number, right? Number of restriction enzyme sites, right? Plus 2 into moles of DNA again. Why? So this is nothing but the 2 ends are already there in the linear DNA, right? So just you put the values on this formula. So 2 into, so moles of DNA, how many moles of DNA are there? So this mole we can calculate by having the formula, and that weight in gram by molecular weight. So the molecular weight is how much? This is 4 into 10 raised to the power minus 6. I mean weight 4 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 divided by the 6000 into 660, right? Into number of restriction enzyme site is 12, right? And plus 2 into again the 4 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 divided by 6000 into 660. Okay, so when you simplify this, this would be 2 into 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 12 into 12, right? Plus this is 2 into 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 12. Okay, so just you solve this, so you will get 24 into 10 raised to the power minus 12 plus 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 12, right? So it would be 26 into 10 raised to the power minus 12. That means 26 picomole, right? So 26 picomole of ends will be created by the digestion of the ALU1. All right, this 4 is the molecular weight here what we used. Okay, so the digestion here, digestion by 4 microgram of the 6000 base pair fragment with ALU1 will generate 26 picomole of the ends, right? 26 picomole of the ends. So that's it. Thank you very much, friends. If you like this lecture, you forward to the friend. Thank you very much.